Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Italy, a place to love YouTube channel. Okay, from today, I'm gonna start a new adventure, and this new adventure is gonna talk about the regions of Italy. So I want to go one by one. I want to make each video. I want to talk in particular about one of the 20 regions of Italy. And I want to go deep with you in details and describe the region, talk about the cities, and in general, anyway, give a quick description and making a kind of short video about, but giving a lot of details about what the differences about Italy are, and so on to find out together anyway, and to discover Italy together, to find for you the best place where you would like to live or you would like to go on holiday. So let's investigate together. I'm starting from this website that I found online. It's called italia.it, italia.it. For who wants to learn Italian, in Italian, dot, we say punto. Okay, so let's start together and let's see what this website is showing to us. First of all, now I'm in the Italian version of the website and I want to read with you the first paragraph. So, I want to read it in Italian. Parti alla ricerca dei luoghi più belli d'Italia, perditi tra le meraviglie delle sue regioni. Now, a quick translation is starts and research from your favorite places of Italy, from the most beautiful places of Italy. Lose yourself between the beauties of its regions. Now, I'm not an English translator. I'm sure this translation is not perfect. So let's go and translate here the website. They have the English version. So for any of you, I will put the link into the description. For any of you who wants to go into the details, it's an accurate video website. So I decided to take this as a sample to start and talking about all the regions of Italy. Okay, let's read it again. So go in search of the most beautiful places in Italy. Get lost in the wonders of its regions. The wonders, the beauties. Okay, so then let's keep reading what they are saying here. Where to go on holiday in Italy? The Italian regions to visit offer something unique and well worth exploring. From the snow capped peaks of Veneto to the sunny beaches of Calabria, each has its own climate and landscape, a diversity that is also reflected in the food, architecture, and even in the language spoken. Yes, the last paragraph here, the last sentence, let me say, is the most important because when we talk about Italy in general, we talk about diversity. And diversity, as it says here, it starts, we can say, from the food, architecture, and even the language spoken. Because even if Italy is not a is not a big country, the diversity, for example, between the north, the northwest, the northeast, the center, the south, and the islands. Generally, personally, when I have to divide Italy, because all the Italians divide Italy in three parts mainly: north, center, and south. But me, I like to divide in four parts: the north, the center, the south, and the islands. Because they are islands anyway, they are already a tiny bit different from the mainland. For example, Sardinia. I love Sardinia as a region. Sardinia, it's very particular. They have their own language, Sardinian. Many of you probably have been there. So, and Sicily as well. Sicily, it's something. let me say, totally, not totally, but with a big difference from the other part of the south. Even the language spoken in Sicily, it's very different from the dialect spoken in the south of Italy. Apart Calabria, that let me say it's a bit closer, the dialect spoken in the southern part of Calabria with Sicily. But then with all the other parts of south of Italy, Sicily. So for me, they're different, the two islands. So I will take them as a separate part. So I divide in four parts. So let me say, and let's see what this website has to offer. Okay, let's start discovering Italy. Now, many of you, anyway, I guess most of you know Italy and know quite well, maybe have been there again before. Usually, all the people I met abroad in my life, they told me, oh, I've been at least once in Italy, once to Italy. I've been in Rome, I've been in Florence, I've been in Venice, I've been in Naples, in Sicily, in Sardinia. So, anyway, this video is the first video and is only an introduction to all the 20 regions. So don't count this video as I'm already talking about one region, because this is only an introduction. And so the introduction starts from the fact that there are 20 regions. So as you can see, for example, Piedmont, Aosta Valley is another region. Now, what I find a bit particular, and let me say sometimes even funny, is that some region have a translation, have a translation in English language, like for example Piemonte. In Italian we say Piemonte, but in English they say Piedmont, or Lombardia, Lombardy. In English they call it Lombardy. But for example, if we take a region like Veneto, Veneto doesn't have a translation in English. You just say Veneto as we say in Italy. For example, another beautiful region here, it's Emilia Romagna. Emilia Romagna doesn't have a translation in English. Then if you go to Tuscany, so as you can see, but in Italian we say Toscana, we don't say Tuscany. Then Marche, Marche is Marche, Umbria is Umbria. Umbria is one of the most beautiful regions, but also Marche. It's all the regions for me are beautiful in Italy. I cannot say there is one region that is better than another one. I can say which one is my favorite. Even you, for example, you can say, "Oh, I love." Anyway, I love Liguria or I love Apulia, but we can say what we love most, but we cannot say that there's one better than another one, because they're all so particular and they're all a bit different one from another one, that it's very hard to say which one is better than another. Then obviously we have Lazio. Lazio is famous not only for the football team that there is called Lazio, like the region, but also because there is Rome, and Rome is the capital. And anyway, Rome, who doesn't know Rome in the world? Anyway, the city founded by the Romans and the Roman Empire, and all the history related with the Romans. Most of Italy has anyway historical things connected with the Romans. Maybe all of it, because all Italy was conquered by the Romans. Start from Rome, and then they start colonizing the south, and then they start colonizing the north, and then they start colonizing. Anyway, Rome is the most known city, Italian city, I guess. Then we go to the south, we have Abruzzo, Molise. In the beginning, when the unification of Italy was made, when the principle of the regions, because when we had the kingdom in Italy, the regions didn't exist as they are now, but then with the Republic at the end of the fascism and at the end of the Second World War, Abruzzo Molise used to be one region. But then in 1963 was divided into regions. So anyway, we can go Apulia, Basilicata. That's where I am. I'm in the northwest eastern part of Basilicata. I'm so proud saying, hey, I'm here. Anyway, I love Basilicata. My parents have origins from here. So even if, as you know, who already watched my video, I was born in Torino, in Piemonte region. I lived all my life in Piemonte region, in the northern civilized Italy. So, as a joke, it's a joke. Then Campania, I love Campania because there is Naples. Calabria is beautiful for its coast. There are coast. I mean, there are around 700 or 800 kilometers of coast, and then you have Sicily with the volcano and the islands, and then you have this region, Sardinia. So again, let's divide Italy. Let me say, at this stage, we're going to divide Italy in 5 parts. The northwestern, that is made by Piemonte, Valle d'Aosta, Aosta Valley, Liguria, and Lombardy. Generally, Lombardy, where Milan is the capital of Lombardy region. So but I would divide in 2 parts, to be honest, Lombardy. Half I would put with the northwestern, and another half I would put with the northeastern Italy. So then we have the northeastern part of Italy, that is the one at the border with Croatia, Slovenia, Austria. So we have Veneto, we have Friuli, Venezia Giulia, small region, but beautiful. That's where I've done the military service, in Friuli Venezia Giulia, in its capital called Udine. And then we have this region that here is divided in 2. I'm a bit disappointed because this is just one region. Okay, this is called Trentino Alto Adige. So this is Trentino and this is called Alto Adige. Here they call it South Tyrol. Why they call it South Tyrol? Because this is the German part. The German is the Austrian part of Italy. So basically, the people who are native from this area, they are not disappointed if you're saying to them that they're German native speakers, because that's what they are. Like in Aosta Valley, for example, it's well known that the people are bilingual. They speak French, they speak Italian, plus they have their own language, so their own dialect. So it's Italy again. It's the diversity of Italy. Okay, so I want to say 2 more things about Italy, and are these. So the first, let me say let me say something a bit technical. So let's say Piemonte region again. Piemonte has its own capital, that in this case is Torino. You can see the pictures, for example, here on the right of the screen, where you see that tower, the picture on the tower over there. You can see that's called Mole Antonelliana. Anyway, that city is Torino, with the view of all the Alps, blah, blah, blah. And Torino is the capital of the region. Then the region itself is divided in provinces. Each region has different provinces. So we will go not only through the region, but in this journey, in this adventure through Italy, we will also discover all the provinces that each region has. For example, now, please don't blame me if I don't remember all the provinces in Piemonte region, but there is Torino, Asti, Cuneo, Verbania, Alessandria, Vercelli, and Novara. Wow, I remember all the 7 provinces. So when we're gonna discover Piemonte, so we're gonna talk as well about all the provinces, and each province has its own capital. For example, Torino is the capital of Piemonte region, but at the same time is also the capital of Torino province. And then Vercelli is the capital of Vercelli province, and then Novara is the capital of Novara province, and so on. Okay, so this is to give you an introduction about the Italian regions. Then let me say the very last thing about the two smallest regions of Italy that I always like to point because they are the one less known than any. For example, okay, there is Basilicata that not even Italian people generally knows where Basilicata is, but that's fine because it's in between Apulia, Campania, and Calabria. So, and because it's not very touristic, uh, it used to be not touristic. Now it's becoming more and more touristic year by year. People are curious to discover places that hasn't been changed that much in history. For example, all the places in Basilicata have been preserved as they were 50 years ago, 100 years ago. Sometimes here you feel you get stuck back in the time like 100 years ago. You might see donkeys in the street. So it's a very rural region. Obviously, then you have everything nowadays. I mean, you have internet, I have here deliveries from Amazon, from whatever, what else, Zalando. I don't know. I can even buy something online, even living in Basilicata. Okay, so the two smallest regions in Italy are one is Molise, that is not the smallest, but is one of the smallest. So, but Molise anyway has two provinces because I thought, for example, myself that Molise had only one, but no, Molise it's a small region but has two provinces. The only region that has only one province is Aosta Valley, that in Italian we call Valle d'Aosta. Valle d'Aosta is well known for Monte Bianco, Mont Blanc, I think, the highest mountain in Europe, with these peaks anyway, with the ski resorts, ski implants. I've been there many times. The mountains are gorgeous, and it's also famous for his castles. So anyway, this this video was to give you just a big picture of the 20 regions of Italy that I'm gonna talk one by one in the following videos. I find that they're very interesting anyway to give you a geographic understanding of the region and also demographic, and also anyway going in details and find out the towns, the nature, the food, the language, the history, and so on. Okay, my friends, after this, I'd say that I wait for you to the next episode, and I can only wish you a lovely day and see you soon to the next video. Bye.